Hello, my name is Katie Turner, and this is Know Your Vibes Astrology, a place where we tune into the vibrations all around us, because when we become aware, when we become conscious of what we're feeling, the vibrations, knowing our vibes, we we get to live our best lives. So today we're going to dive into a little bit of the vibration of the moon and how knowledge of the moon can help us plan our days. In astrology, the moon represents a lot of things. It represents our emotions and how we feel, our mother, our home, but also too, at the very core of it, and especially in transit astrology, the moon represents nurturance. And it represents what we're meant to nurture, what we're meant to bring into being. If you think about the new moons, we set our intentions, we plant our seeds, and then our full moons, we experience that pregnancy, that birth, that giving into and creating of what we have planted our seeds in. And so we have these new moon, full moon cycles where we dive into the process of nurturance. We plant our seeds, we nurture in between the full moon and the new moon. We have to nurture our plant, we have to nurture our soil, we have to tend to this energy so it can grow. And so the moon in transit tells us and shows us where we really benefit from nurturing. What in our world needs nurturance, needs attention, needs love and care, and when we give it to that area, we get a lot of benefits. You can use the zodiac signs that the moon is in to help you plan your days so that you are putting energy in where it's best served. Of course, you can do anything on any day and you will probably be okay, but there's a certain magic that happens when you tune into the flow of the zodiac signs the moon is in and you flow with that. So there are 12 moon signs, and it takes about 28 days for the moon to go through all of those signs. So about every month we go through one moon sign. We go through each moon sign once each, and we spend about 2.5 days in those moon signs. And when the moon moves through that sign, it gives us that energy. It gives us this expression of nurturance through this space in our life. So in a minute, I will go over the different moon signs and what that time period will be good for you to do, what you can nurture in your life, and get the most benefits out of it. But also too, I want to let you know 2 sources you can go to look up. One, the current moon position, so where the moon is right now. So as you're watching this video, the moon sign changes about every 2.5 days. And so the moon where it is today will not be the moon where it is when you are watching this, unless it's that 28-day cycle that we just hit. But it's not going to be the same. And so to look at the current moon position to see what right now you would best benefit from nurturing, you can go to astro.com. This is one of my favorite websites, and the link will be down below, of course. It's one of my favorite astrology websites. I use it all the time. And if you go to just the home page on the computer view, it will have a button on the right side that says chart of the current moment. If you hit that, it will show you what the chart looks like right this moment. And when you look there, look next to the moon symbol. There will be a table and there will be a circle chart. Look next to the table, next to the moon symbol, and it will tell you what sign the moon is in. And so whatever sign we're talking about when we get there, that will be the energy that will best serve you. But if you're trying to plan ahead and plan out the next few days, the next week or two, if you want to schedule an appointment, you want to know the best day to do so, and you need to know the future or even the past dates for the moon signs, the website I love to use is Katia, and I will include the link down below for that one. It's kind of a lengthy URL because there's a couple of different add-ons, but I love that website, and this is my go-to website for any transits, any kind of transit tracking. So retrogrades and the sun moving signs, Venus moving signs, sextiles and squares and conjuncts, all of that is at this website. It's fantastic. So it's a calendar system, and on the very front page you pick your time zone, because different transits will go exact at different times depending on where you are in the world. And so you can go and you can click on your time zone and it will pull up a calendar view of the transits for the whole year, month by month. You can pick what month you're in, so go ahead and pick the month you're in today, or the month you're trying to look for, and you will get a calendar of all of the transits for the month. In the upper left corner, they will tell you there'll be like a moon symbol and then a zodiac sign. That tells you the current moon position, and then there will be sometimes to a number underneath, and that is because the moon sign changes during that day and it changes at that time. And so if you're trying to plan ahead, you can use that chart to kind of pinpoint where the moon is and plan your day. Now, what can you do in each moon sign and how can you maximize the benefits? So when the moon is in Aries, this is a very versed zodiac sign. So there's a lot of energy of new beginnings, of, to be first in terms of like, if you volunteer for a situation and you want to go at first before anybody else gets to go, you go and there's no example, there's no path that's been carved out. You're having to go and carve your own path. And so when the moon is in Aries, this is a great time to nurture your independence. It's a great time to nurture where you are doing things that haven't been done before. It's a great time to nurture the new beginnings in your world. And so if you're starting anything new, Aries is a great time to do that. It's also a great time for competitions, or challenging yourself, or challenging other people as well. It's a very physical and active energy, so it's a great time to kind of plan to get out. Maybe you have a soccer game you want to go to, or you want to go to the gym and try a new workout. Aries moons are the great time to nurture that kind of fire spirit in you that really wants to do something new. On the downside, Aries can be a little bit impulsive at times, and so if you are trying to kind of really think a decision out and do something with care, or if you're maybe working on a budget, I would advise not going to the mall on an Aries moon, or unless you're working on your identity, then go for it. If you've thought out that you want to kind of try a new style, then go to the mall. But if you want to kind of be more conscious of the decisions you're making, wait a little bit. Aries moons are not really good for bold decisions that you want to think out. If you want to just kind of be brave and go out there and do something new, Aries moons are great. They're great for getting you out of your comfort zone. So once Aries moons end, it is the Taurus moon, and every single moon cycle will go in this cycle. So there's kind of this ebb and flow to it. They build upon each other. Wherever you are in the cycle right now, you can tune in fully and individually into that energy, but also to knowing how things kind of flow. It brings things home. It takes things a little bit farther, because the moon is a 28-day cycle. If we think about what we can do in 28 days or 4 weeks, a month, we can get a lot done. And so there's kind of this cycle we go through in 1 month. We have the new beginnings of Aries energy, and then when we hit Taurus moons, it's more about nurturing our commitments. It's more about what we value. This is a time where we are a little bit more patient. We're not really one to jump the gun on a situation. We're much more slow and steady when it's the race during Taurus moon energy. This is a great time to look at your finances, to look at what you value in your life, to make a big decision, because you're going to take the time to really think about it. Taurus is also very sensual, so this is a great time to try a new dish, or go get a massage, or spend some time in nature. Do something that pleases the senses just for the sake of enjoyment. Also, if you're working on self-confidence, Taurus energy is a great time for self-confidence, because it's this staying power. It's this just, we're here and we're worthy and we bring value to the table. So you can kind of maybe do a self-inventory of what you're worth and what you deserve in this lifetime. On the downside, Taurus can be a little bit of stubborn energy. So if you are trying to make a big change, Taurus may be a little bit hard to kind of start that in. However, if you are making a big change and you want to really lean into commitment and be invested for the long haul, use the Taurus moon energy, because it's a great energy for that. All you have to do is just kind of weigh the values and just present to yourself why making this change is something worth committing to, and why it's something that's worth sticking with for the long haul. And then once you see that kind of written out, you'll have an easier time committing, and it will be an energy that kind of sticks around, because Taurus is stubborn, and if you use that stubbornness for something good, you get stuck with something good. So Taurus energy, because it's the second zodiac sign, that's kind of where it has the slow and steady energy from, because it sees Aries go first. It sees Aries makes any mistakes Aries makes, and it knows it can kind of take its time, be patient, and really think about how it wants to go. Then we move into Gemini energy. And when the moon is in Gemini, it's much more social. It already took the time to be considerate and to decide what it values, and so now it wants to go out in the world and explore. Gemini is very social. It's very talkative. This is a great time to have conversations about anything and everything. This is a great time to meet new people or connect with friends or siblings, your neighbors. Gemini energy is great for the neighborhood. It's great for the just whatever day trips you can do in your community. So maybe you have some errands to run or a community event to go to. Get out there and get involved and see what's there. Gemini energy also as well is hobbies, and it is mental interest. It's things that you're interested in. So during a Gemini moon, this is a great time to nurture any new hobbies you want to start. If you want to get into music, or you wanted to learn how to do calligraphy or whatever it is, you can kind of dive into that hobby and learn a lot and see what really captures your attention. And that's what Gemini energy is all about, is what is interesting, what keeps me interested and focused, and when my attention goes, you know, what is catching it, what's shiny, what's attractive, what do I want to know about that, and following that and nurturing that, because a lot comes from that. You learn a lot, you experience a lot, and the skills you learn, even if your attention's all over the place, the skills you learn through all of the different things, you get benefits. It's kind of like in kindergarten when we have like hobby center time. I don't know if you guys have that, but I remember we had different hobby centers with different numbers, and we would rotate, and you would spend a little bit of time in each one, and you would learn a little bit. Or even high school or middle school, you know, where you have 50-minute blocks in each subject. You rotate, and so you might not be learning a novel in one day about one subject, but you're learning a little bit about a lot, and it adds up. That's what Gemini energy is. So if you're trying to learn about things or expand your knowledge about just anything in general, this is a great time to do that. Gemini's downside is it's a little bit flighty, of course, because the mental interest needs to be high for it to stay involved and invested, because there needs to be a curiosity, there needs to be people who are interesting or topics that are interesting going on for Gemini to stay invested. Gemini does have to watch out for losing focus, and if you're trying to do something serious, it may not be the best time to do it during Gemini. It may be better to schedule it for a Taurus or a Virgo or an Earth sign, but Gemini may not be the best time to do something serious. But if you're needing to kind of maybe invest in a relationship, or, you know, catch up with an old friend that you kind of are wanting to strengthen that relationship with, this is a great time to do that. So next we have Cancer moons, and the moon is actually right at home in Cancer energy, because Cancer is ruled by the moon. And so Cancer is all about a nurturance. It's all about emotions. It's all about the foundations and tending to the self, tending to the care you need on that emotional level. You know, it's not so much about I need to go to work to make money. It's about I need to go to bed so I can rest. I need to, you know, put on a nice comfy outfit and blanket because I just need a good hug and someone's not home the night, or I need to go snuggle with my partner, whatever it is you need. I need to go hang out with my kids. I need to go visit my mom and my dad in my old home. You know, it's just this nostalgic family energy, and it's not something we always need on a practical level, but it's something we need on an emotional level. And so Cancer moons are a great time to tune into your needs, and they may be something as simple, or not simple, as something as straightforward as a hug from your mom, but it could be something different. You know, we all have different emotional needs. Maybe you're someone who needs to get active, like the Aries moon energy, and so you need to get out there and do things and go and be active. This is a good time to nurture that in yourself. So just kind of tune into yourself and ask yourself, how are you feeling? What do you need? And how can you nurture yourself? How can you provide for yourself on a foundational level? How can you maybe tend to your home, or give yourself some basic comfort? How can you encourage yourself or hold yourself with loving support? A good activity here would be, how would you want, you know, your mother to respond to you right now? If your mother is not in a good place with you, then, you know, your idealistic version of a mother, what would you want your inner mother to do for you right now, and can you let her do that for you? One of the potential downsides of Cancer moons, though, is it is very home oriented. It's very creature comfort oriented. So if you're trying to get yourself out of your comfort zone, if you're trying to work on a big work project, it might not be the best day to do so. You're going to be wanting to stay at home. You're going to be wanting to be comfortable. It's more nostalgic in energy. So if maybe if you want to work on something forward oriented, but the energy is just not supporting you, then maybe reflect a little bit. Who knows? Maybe there's something in your past that will really help you in your future, and you can benefit from this energy. So after the Cancer moon, we have a Leo moon. So we take that inner child and on a nurturance level, and it kind of grows up a little bit to about the inner 5-year-old, where it's much more about playing and having fun. And this energy is good for romance and dates and parties, maybe even gambling if that's your thing. Not saying you're gonna win, but it's a good day to have fun doing that. It's a day, it's energy to just to nurture the inner child in you, to nurture the creative spirit, to nurture the part of you that enjoys having fun and getting lost in the world. It's a day to really nurture your heart. You know, what does your heart want? What do you find yourself passionate about? So during Leo moons, it may not be the best time to get really serious or to be in a classroom all day, but if you have the luxury of being able to create or even doodling while you're in that classroom all day, that would be a great thing to do, because it will help you kind of channel some of that energy that wants to nurture your spirit, nurture your heart, nurture what lights you up inside. And if you really think about your inner child, what did they really enjoy? You know, were they someone who loved to build with Legos? Were they someone who loved to play video games? Were they people who loved to, you know, use their imagination and create worlds? Like, what did you like to do as a child? And can you allow some of that spirit to come back into life now? Make things fun, even if things are not fun. You know, can you breathe that fun into it? And in a way, that's kind of a very beneficial thing to be able to do. It's not always realistic to be able to push things aside, even if they're not fun. And so if we use this Leo and Moon energy, or Moon and Leo energy, to nurture our fun and find fun even in unfun tasks, you get a lot of benefit. So after Leo, we have the Virgo moon, and Virgo energy is great about organizing and planning. And so if you actually want to sit down and make yourself a calendar based on the astrology and the moon signs, and plan your days based off that, it'd be great to do it under a Virgo moon. Of course, you don't have to wait till Virgo moon, but it's a great day to do so, because Virgo is analytical, it's logical, it's detail oriented, it loves structure, it loves plans, it loves to really focus on the day-to-day life and the flow we have, and improving and making that better and continuing that forward. So if you need to plan anything, if you need to make any schedules, this is a great day to do so. A lot of times we wait till the first of the month to create a schedule, but if the first of the month is not a Virgo, maybe you can make your calendar a little bit early if you're feeling like it. That happens to me all the time, where I get that stroke of desire to organize and it's not the first of the month. I can't necessarily make my calendar I have to do it early, which is okay. But yeah, it's a great day to do errands, to clean things out for yourself. Virgo also rules health, so if you're wanting to learn about your body or implement a new routine, a new structure, this is a great day to do so. Virgo really just capitalizes on the routine. And so the more you can focus on the routine and self-improvement, which of any self-improvement seminars, stuff like that, that's the best thing to do. The potential for downside on Virgo moon days is you may worry a lot, you may be too fixated to a plan, you may get a little bit too caught up in the little details. So remember to zoom out, remember the big picture. Remember, there is more than just this moment, and all of the moments together kind of make something big. And so knowing that, you can use that Virgo logic and intelligence to create a more balanced perspective that really serves you in the best ways. So we are now halfway through the zodiac signs and the moon signs, and we are in Libra moon. So where Aries is like independence and this fiery spirit, Libra is kind of the opposite of that. It's much more about relationships and balance and harmony and partnership, and kind of finding the beauty and finding the compromise in things, finding what is fair, finding the balance and the harmony all around you. So if you are wanting to maybe work on a relationship, or you need to go see a mediator for something, this may be a great time to do that. It's a great time to nurture and tend to your relationships and the people you care about most. It's a great time where you both are going to want to kind of find a middle ground and really value the comfort and security you get from each other. It's also a great time to balance your emotions and kind of find a flow for yourself. So if you're in a Libra moon, take stock of where things are and what things need more attention, what things are kind of doing good on their own, and put more attention into what you need to. It's a great time as well for beautifying things. And so if you need more beauty or harmony in your life, it's a great time to spruce things up, to improve your home and make things more beautiful and peaceful, because as Libra moon knows, we really do well when we're in a beautiful environment. When we're in a pleasing environment, it serves. One of the possible downsides of Libra moon is that it can be a little bit too fixated on balance. So if you're needing to stand up for yourself, or if you're needing to kind of break a status quo and do something different, this might be a day that's a little bit harder to do so. If you have to do something alone, you may not be as comfortable doing so. Just remember, you are your own best friend, and you can balance off other people, but you can also balance off of yourself. You can find that harmony within. It's just as within, so without. So if you can have a relationship outwards, inwards, and vice versa. So just be able to kind of go with the flow. And if you need to have a confrontation, this is a great day to maybe pull in the middle. So maybe you'll see things from another person's point of view. If you need to draw the line, maybe wait till an Aries moon, or even just wait till you're ready to do so, and then things will flow. So after a Libra moon, we go into Scorpio. And Scorpio takes that relationship energy of Libra and really takes it so much deeper. Scorpio is a lot of intimacy, and passion and depths. It is kind of our shadow side. And so Scorpio moons are a great time to do any shadow work you need to do, or to experience some intimacy with someone you love and care about deeply. It is a good time for release as well. So Scorpio moons are a time when sometimes our emotions come up and the things we've been holding that we're ready to let go of come up. And so this is a great time for you guys to focus on what you need to let go of, what you need to release, what are you ready to heal and transform, where you're ready to call your power back. It is a water sign, and so it is an emotional energy. It can be a bit heavy, but stick with whatever you're feeling and you'll move through it. This is also too a time where there's a little bit of a death and rebirth. You know, who you are at the beginning of a Scorpio moon and who you are when the Scorpio moon is over will be different. And so really allow yourself to shed any skin that you're ready to shed. It's kind of hard to plan shedding skin, but if the energy is right and the energy supports it, and it does under a Scorpio moon, maybe it's good to know that I know it is for me, I really enjoy it actually, to know that this energy is coming. And so whenever Scorpio moon hits, you know, okay, if I'm a little bit moody, if there's a little bit of heaviness today, it will pass, but it's a good thing because I'm healing things, I'm releasing things that I need to release. The negative sides of Scorpio moons could be maybe getting really stuck in fear or hurt or trying to control things, maybe not trusting people. You can purge a little bit too much from your life, and so it's going to be really important for you to focus on healing. And if you're finding yourself having a difficult time, allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to feel, but also to give yourself permission to really hold space for yourself and tend to yourself and give yourself what you need and allow these emotions to release and clean, because that's what Scorpio does. You know, it's opposite of Taurus, which is about life and value and growth and stability and building something solid and commitment. And so this is the opposite of that. It's letting go and cleaning and purging and releasing so that you can bring in new energy. And that new energy is perfectly represented in the next moon sign, which is Sagittarius. So this is kind of where we see that ebb and that flow. You know, we go through that releasing moment, and then we have Sagittarius, which is adventure. It's about what's next. Okay, you know, we let things go. Where can we move forward? Where can we kind of embrace something new? So Sagittarius energy loves to follow the truth. It's opposite of Gemini, which is, remember, is very curious, but about knowing everything about anything. Sagittarius is very curious about knowing the meaning. You know, they want to know the deeper reasons behind things. It wants to know the philosophies behind life and what are the truths about life. And so this is a great time to explore truths. It's a great time to learn about new theories or beliefs, or read about the law of attraction or a new psychology theory, or whatever it is that you're interested is, learning more about the thoughts behind that and the beliefs and the ideas about why things kind of work the way they do, and maybe even nurturing your own theory, nurturing your own perspective, because everybody has their own perspective. And so as you read other people's perspectives and you have your own personal experiences, you can kind of put that together. And Sagittarius loves doing that, taking experience, taking knowledge they've read, and putting it together to a higher energy. It's a great time to maybe learn about another culture, go to a cultural day, or visit something that's outside of your realm of understanding in your world, to learn about a different way of life, to experience something new, and to enjoy the adventure that is life. It's a great time too as well to take classes or get involved in maybe a course or something of that nature. On the downside, Sagittarius is very big picture oriented, and it likes to have a lot of fun. And so if you're trying to do something that's more focused and trying to get yourself to pay attention and put in a lot of hard energy and effort into one thing, it may not be the best time to do so. It may be better, that may be better for Scorpio energy or Taurus energy or Virgo, when you know you have, or Capricorn even too, when you have the discipline. So it's really important to kind of allow yourself to have freedom in Sagittarius energy. And even if you do have to do something that's work oriented, can you make it adventurous? Can you make it fun? Can you breathe in something new about it, or focus on the experience, or maybe try to see a different philosophy or perspective about it? Use that Sagittarius higher purpose, that higher perspective viewing, and see the big picture and see something in a different light. So from Sagittarius moon, we move to Capricorn moon, which then takes all that Sagittarius knowledge and puts it to use to build something important. Capricorn is the career energy. It's business, it's public expression, it's hard work, it's delayed gratification, it's doing something you don't want to do, but you're doing it anyways today to benefit you tomorrow. Maybe you do want to do it, that's okay too. To benefit you in tomorrow or down the road or years to come. This is a great time to really nurture the hard worker in you, nurture the career, nurture the future. It's opposite Cancer, which is all about the past and nurturing the emotional self. So this is kind of about nurturing that career self. There is sometimes too, though, where emotions will come up during Capricorn moon, and in that time it's important to be disciplined and deal with your emotions, even if you don't want to, but to deal with your emotions. But really and truly, this is a great time to nurture your discipline if you are wanting to really impress someone on a career front, if you want to put yourself out there in a public way or create a really good resume, or really think about your future, your plans, and kind of plan something. This is a great day to do. It's a great day to get involved in your business, to do anything that kind of makes your day-to-day life easier, to do anything that makes your future easier, your tomorrow easier. One of the downsides is it can be a very working energy, and so if you have to kind of take a holiday, if it's a birthday or you're sick, it may be uncomfortable to not work. Focus on maybe how rest or fun can have some delayed gratification in it, how it's important to not burn yourself out, because if you have no more energy, you can't work anymore. And so maybe taking a day off is something that will benefit you down the road, even if right now it sucks because you're not getting work done. So kind of find the way to see the benefits of what's coming for you from what you're doing, but just nurture that inner worker and build something with this day. Build something using all of you learned from the Sagittarius energy after you released all that Scorpio vibrations, and build. So after Capricorn, we have our second to last sign, which is Aquarius. So we have the Aquarius moon, and Aquarius energy is all about breaking free. We had that Capricorn hard-working discipline energy, and now it's like, what's next? It's not just what's next for fun, though. It cares a lot about society and humanitarian energy and what's best for everybody. So this is kind of a breaking free in a way that serves purpose. If there's any kind of status quo that needs to be broken, if there's any kind of protest that maybe need to have happened, or any kind of revolutionary ideas you need to bring up maybe in work or whatnot, this is a great time to do so. It's a great time to nurture the innovator in your heart. It's a great time to nurture the humanitarian, the part of you that cares a lot about other people, the part of you that is really tuned into what people need, or what you need. If you need to come up with a creative solution for something, this is a great time to do so. And then if you need to break free, if you are finding yourself too stuck in a rut, or something needs to change about your own life, this is a great time too to make those changes. And you may find that you're a little bit impulsive in the moment, and you don't have plans to break free, but by the end of the Aquarius moon you do, because the energy is just so let's go, and that you go for it. Aquarius too is also awakenings and epiphanies. So if you are needing to kind of get a fresh perspective about something, or kind of a golden solution to something, distract yourself and you might have a good epiphany come your way. And Aquarius is groups and friends. So if you want to connect to a club or a group, whatnot, this is a great time to do so. Obviously, one of the shadows of Aquarius is that rebellious spirit. And so if you're needing to get something done that's maybe very straight by the book, something that's very formal, and maybe it's like a lot of paperwork and whatnot, this may not be the best time to do so. This is a great time to hang out with friends and get involved in the community out in the world. So if you're needing to do something that's a little bit more disciplined, maybe schedule it for a Capricorn moon or a Taurus moon, or a day that you are much more excited and motivated to do that. Because as these moon signs show us, there are days where we're excited to get to work, and there are days where we're excited to be as far away from the office as possible. And when you can plan around that and honor that, you get a lot of benefits. So then the very last moon sign is the Pisces moon sign, which, being the last sign, it is this reflector energy. It is this energy of thinking about the past 28 days and the past cycle from Aries, from the new beginnings all the way here, and how far have you come, what have you learned, what have you realized. It's kind of the opposite of Virgo energy, which, by the way, Aquarius is the opposite of Leo energy, which I did not talk about, but I mentioned all the other opposites, so I want to as well. So Aquarius is kind of humanitarian, and Leo is more about the self. But Pisces is the opposite of Virgo energy, and since Virgo is all about reality and organization and structure, Pisces is kind of the opposite of that. It's more about your dreams and intuition and spirituality and what you feel rather than what you see. And so if you are needing to look into intuition or get some spiritual guidance, Pisces moons are a great time to do so. If you need to play around with your imagination, if you don't know what you want out of life, this is a great time to do some soul searching, to sit with your soul and see what inspires you and kind of create that and imagine that and see what it would feel like and kind of get involved in that fantasy energy to build those worlds. It's also a great time to spend time alone, and if you have any subconscious beliefs you need to heal, this is a great time to look at those beliefs. It's a good time to tap into the subconscious, to tap into how you feel under the surface. It's a great time to nurture your soul. So if there's any soul work you need to do, this is the time to do it. This is the time to really go inward and see what you want, because when Aries moon hits next, which will after Pisces moon is over, you are going to be embarking on this new beginning when Aries moon hits. And so you want to kind of be able to enjoy that. You want to be able to know what you want to start, and this Pisces moon is the best time to kind of sort through and feel into what best serves you. So that is the 12 moon signs and how you can use them to your benefit. Like I said before, the links for the current moon sign and future moon signs are down below, so you can plan your days around the moon energy and take advantage of what's going on. This is great too if you're someone who likes to plan your months in advance. You can kind of look and see what are going to be the best days to do certain types of work, certain types of tasks and jobs that you maybe don't want to do, or you do want to do, but you want to find the best time to do so. Of course, you don't have to stick with just these 12 signs. You do have houses involved as well. If you guys want to know, have a video about how the moon impacts you based on what house is in, I can do that as well for you guys. But you have another layer involved besides just the sign. This is just half of the story, but it's a big part of the story. It's a big half of the story, and so when you tune into this, you get a lot of benefit. So the links for that are down below. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and my links for me and my website and my Facebook are down below if you want to follow me on Facebook. I post a lot of transit stuff in there as well, or if you want to work with me, the information is down below. Thank you so much, you guys, and I will see you next time.